Pilates Day 2, Sarah Hearn Fitness.
And now we have day 2 of Pilates. So we're going to take some of the exercises that we did before and we're going to modify or bring them on a little bit. So let's start with our lying position on the floor, flat on the floor. Legs out flat and straight. Settle your hair again so your head can relax nice and fully. Now, we want to make sure our lower back is pushed into the floor. Tilt that pelvis so the lower back pushes in. Use your belly button to push down into the floor. Starting in this position, let's activate from the toes, ankles, calves, thighs. We're clenching to activate. And we'll clench through the glutes. Then we're going to make sure our lower back is pushed down. We can feel our mid and upper spine on the mat. Our shoulders roll back towards the mat and our arms are flat against. Fingers are extended towards the feet and everything is strong and activated but placed on the mat. So place those shoulder blades down. Okay, so let's move through the exercises we did the last day. So feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Tilt the back so the pelvis is flat and the hips are tilted backwards. Feet are nice and flat on the floor. Activate through the calves, the thighs, the glutes. Adductors on the inside here now, nice and strong through the legs. Arms up and over. Place the arms flat on the floor. Inhale. On the exhale, head up and over, arms come down, lifting up through those shoulder blades, making sure that your lower ribs are just touching the floor, but you're just high enough as well, lifting up through. And then we do our 100 position, which is 20 reps of 5 breaths in and out. So looking down towards that belly button, keeping the shoulders up, neutral through the neck, strong through the legs. Come through the arms, keeping this nice and tight and strong. And as you breathe, it contracts on the inside too. So let's keep going. Tense through those arms, lengthen through the fingers, shoulders down away from the ears, legs are strong. Keep those shoulders up. If you feel you're dropping, lift them a little bit higher and stay up here again. We're almost done. 5. And on the inhale, exhale. Rolling down through those shoulder blades. Full relaxation of the arms, stretched above your head, then bring them down to the chest to rest. That's your 100. Roll up is next, so we bring our right foot to tabletop. Hands at the back of the leg. We're going to make sure that we roll up through the spine like we showed before. Lower spine, mid spine, upper spine. So first of all, inhale. On the exhale, chin to chest, rolling up through the spine and lift nice and tall. Keep that leg nice and strong on the other side, rolling back and down for another 3 reps. On the exhale, control that movement as much as possible, placing the lower back on the floor when you're done. And we're going to do 2 more. Inhale, on the exhale, chin to chest. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. Rolling down again now, hit each vertebra on the way. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Last thing down is the shoulders, full rest. Last one. Inhale. Sitting up tall. Inhale again at the top. Controlling down through the body. Foot to tabletop, down to the floor. Change legs, keeping still through the hips, pushing that lower spine down. So each time we change the legs, we want to keep the hips as steady as possible. So nothing moves, only that leg from the hip joint. Up to tabletop, that's lovely. Hands up and over to start. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Up and over, lifting through the leg. Rolling back down through the spine on the exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Again. And lifting up tall. Down through that spine. Chin to chest now. Rolling all the way down through the vertebra. Back to tabletop. Foot to the floor. Nice and controlled. Settle that body again as we move down to the middle of the mat. Making sure our lower back is pushed into the mat. Hips are tilted. Legs are planted nice and steady. Knees are shoulder width apart and strong so they don't buckle or go out the way when you're trying to do your moves. Now that was your 100 and your roll up. Let's do our roll over. So arms are pushing back down into the floor. Back of the upper arm is pushing down. Your back is placed on the floor, full length of the spine. Coccyx all the way down. Tilt that pelvis so you have your belly button pushed into the floor and there's no gap. Strong through the legs. Strengthen through the back of the arms. We're going to bring our right foot to tabletop, left foot to tabletop with control. Hips don't move. Now my lower spine is still on the ground. We're going to lift and lower with control. Using the back of the arms to control the lift and using the abdominals to lift and lower. Control that lift through the abdomen, that's it. All the way down and all the way up. Let's extend it over the head now. Rolling down through the spine. Legs are straight. As you can see, my shoulders have rolled. Pull them back down. Lift through the spine. And roll back down. Control that lift. Keep the legs as straight as possible. If you need to have a little bend, that's fine. You want to keep them straight if you can, though, pointing towards the ceiling. Up and over. And rolling back down through the spine, each vertebra one at a time. Right foot to tabletop, left foot to tabletop, down to the floor and down to the floor. Nice and controlled. Let's go back to our breathing now. So we've done all those moves and I bet we forgot about our breathing because that's quite normal. So what we're going to do next is inhale. Inhale, let's fill the lungs laterally. Exhale, strong breath out like you're blowing a balloon. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go through all those moves again from the top. So we're going to do 4 reps of each. 100 is first, hands up and over. Let's keep our legs flat, feet flat on the ground like this and knees bent. Push the lower spine down into the floor, upper body relaxes on the floor but keeps activated and strong. Activate through those inner thighs and glutes and pelvic floor as we inhale. On the exhale, up and over. And we're ready for our 100. Pump those arms. Arms up and over, rolling down through the spine with control, all the way down to the floor. Hands to chest, relax the back of the arms on the floor, relax the legs, keeping them up, but less contracted. Now make sure that pelvis is tilted again, and we're going to go into our roll up. I'm going to go and show you the first version that we're doing, that you've done before, where you inhale, up and over. Leg comes to tabletop. Chin to chest, reach for the leg and extend sitting up. Rolling back down through the spine, nice and gently back to the floor. Foot to the floor. Okay, anybody who's at that stage, I'd like you to do 4 on each leg, nice and controlled, and I'm going to move it on to the next stage. So I'm going to extend the legs just a little bit further. Make sure the feet are planted into the floor, lower back is planted into the floor with your pelvic tilt. We're going to come right up off the floor. Without lifting the feet, keeping the inner thighs strong, everything planted nice and strong on the floor. And are we ready? Inhale, chin to chest, roll up, slowly through the spine, sitting tall at the top. When we're finished, nice and tall, Feel like we're being pulled through the top of the head by a string. And then we're going to reverse. Curl through that lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine, slowly hits the floor, one vertebra at a time. Last thing that rests is your head. Then we go for 3 more. Inhale. Chin to chest. Push those feet down, don't leave them raised. Control the lift, nice and slow. And down through the vertebrae, nice and slow again. All the way down to the floor. 2 more. Inhale. Lifting through those abs. Contract through everything here. Your back is nice and strong and straight at the top. Then we curve through. Lower spine, mid-spine, top of the spine, down to the floor. Now as we do this, we make sure that our legs don't move together. They're nice and strong, planted, shoulder width apart. Last one. Chin to chest on the exhale. So inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling up through those vertebrae one at a time, nice and tall, sitting up tall at the very end, and hold that position. Inhale, exhale. Okay, that's your 100, your roll up and your roll over. Our next exercise, we're going to do 1 leg circle. So let's lie down on our mat again, all the way down to the mat, nice and controlled every movement. Legs, knees are bent, feet are planted on the floor, and our lower back is planted onto the floor as well. Just tilt that pelvis so our lower spine is in there and our belly button pushes down. Back of the arms are into the floor also, fingers are activated, glutes are activated, hamstrings, adductors and thighs, your calves, and your feet are nice and strong planted down. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this leg to tabletop. Now, we stay here, 90-degree angle. We keep the knee at 90 degrees best we can. And we're going to draw a circle. While we're drawing the circle, we're going to make sure we only move from the hip joint. There's no movement through anywhere else in the core. The other leg that's on the floor is planted, nice and strong, and doesn't waver in and out as we do this move. So place your hand on your knee. You can bring it closer for a bit of contact. And we're going to draw a circle, nice and controlled. So as you can see, when you start drawing your circle, your hips start to move. And what we need to do is keep those hips as steady as possible while drawing the circle, making sure that the other leg is staying planted to the floor. Keep the knee in a 90-degree angle best you can, and as you gain control, you can widen the circle. Now this can take some time. Keep that lower spine planted to the floor. And now we're going to reverse that circle, so across the body, out and down. Keep the circle nice and small to start with, because it's all about control. Keep the lower back planted into the floor. And as we move in through this circle, everything stays nice and steady by the leg that's moving. Back to tabletop, foot to floor. We're going to change legs now, so stabilize that pelvis, make sure the hips don't move. We're going to lift our right leg now to tabletop. Right hand to the right knee. Back of my left arm keeps me steady on this side. My foot stays planted and my leg doesn't move best I can. So let's draw that circle. Nice and slow. As you can see, there's very small rotation through my hips, but my hips are staying facing forward. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's go the opposite direction, back to tabletop, cross the body, out and up. That's it. Concentrate now and keep control through those abdomen and the back muscles. Draw your circle. Keep that 90-degree angle in that knee. For 3, 2, keep the hips steady, and 1. Lovely. Back to tabletop, foot to the floor. That's your 1 leg circle. Now we're going to come up into a seated position. So plant the feet, nice and strong. Hands up and over. Inhale through the nose, and on the exhale we come up into our seated position with our roll up. Okay, inhale. Exhale, arms up and over, rolling through the spine to sit up tall at the front of your mat. Okay. As you roll up, you roll over your 100 in your 1 leg circle. Rolling back was in there too. So the next one is rolling like a ball. This one is fun. So we started it the other day where we come to the front of our mat and we bring our feet in together, holding the ankles. Now our back is nice and straight for this. We're balancing on the coccyx. We're lifting those feet just a tad, as you can see, very light off the mat. I'm going to stretch my toes. Okay, so from here, we're going to roll back. And it's quite a fun move, but takes a bit of control. And you definitely need a soft surface behind you for this one. Okay, so feet up into your V hold. And ever so slowly, we're going to roll through the lower vertebra. Mid vertebra, up, roll, roll, and balance. So it's roll, roll, and balance. So you see, it can be fun, hard to do, but definitely worth a try. Facing forward. So we're going to lie on our mat, nice and flat. Put your head down to one side. Legs are activated nice and strong, toes are pointed. Activate through the glutes. Hip bones are down into the floor. They don't move, they don't shift, they keep right there. We're going to place our hands on either side of the mat. Shoulders are in line with the elbows. Okay, so this looks nice, we just relax. But now what we want to do is we want to lift the head without using the arms. We're going to use the lower back. Lift up and down to the other side. Head up and head down with a turn. So up, turn down. Head up, turn down. Let's keep those legs nice and strong and activated. Up, turn and down. Inhale up, exhale, turning down. Okay, so now we're going to add a double leg kick to that one. So while we rest our upper body, come up onto your forearms here. We're going to keep the upper body nice and strong for this. So my hip bones are staying on the floor, my shoulders are down away from my ears, and my arms are in line, elbows underneath the shoulder blade. Keep your hands in front, nice and strong. Don't leave yourself sink into your shoulders like that. You want to be up, nice and strong. Activate through those thighs now. So both legs are just lifted off the floor because they're contracted. And keep them nice and strong. So you can feel your lower back clench with this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one kick and straighten. Kick, kick, straighten. Kick, kick, straighten. Kick, kick, straighten. And what you're trying to do with this is keep the body from moving too much. Hip bones stay on the floor. And you're kick, kick, and straighten. So you're controlling through the abs and clenching through those legs at the same time. Okay, I'm going to stretch my feet now, so roll my toes in and push down into my heels. Make sure you don't sink back down into those shoulders. It's very easy to come back down this way, so you want to make sure you're nice and tall. So now we're going to bring our two legs. So strengthen through the body, and we're going to kick, kick, straighten. Kick, kick, straighten. Keep those hips as steady as possible, very little movement. As you can see, there's a little shake in my body, but my abs are controlling that movement. Making sure I sit up, don't fall into those shoulders, quite easy to do. Kick, kick, extend. Okay, so we're going to combine the two of those. So let's bring our arms down to the floor, back to where we started. Elbows and shoulders in line. Hands are just outside the mat, resting flat, and your cheek is resting on the mat. So let's activate through those thighs again. So what we do is we lift, kick, kick, and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Inhale. Okay, let's extend that one again and let's add another bit. So we're going to place our hands behind our back, clasped over each other like this, resting on the back, and your arms are going to come all the way down to the floor best you can. Okay, so both of my biceps and the front of my shoulder are resting on the mat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale and lift. Extend the arms, kick the legs, back down to the mat and rest. So again, lift, extend, kick, down and rest. Lift, extend, kick, down and rest. Lift, extend, kick, down and rest. And rest. Okay, so that one will progress with time, especially being able to reach behind your back like that if you're not able. Rest your arms where you are able, and what you want to do is just extend towards those feet. So you're stretching towards your feet and then coming back to the mat. Stretch towards your feet, back to the mat. Towards your feet, back to the mat. Okay, so that's if you can't do the clasp behind the back with the hands. Now let's do one more upper back exercise. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our head resting on the mat. Elbows are in line with the shoulders again, facing down. Then we're going to lift our head, head down. Arms up, arms down. Head up, head down. And combine. Arms, head, arms, head. Now we activate through those legs as well. Don't forget to make them nice and strong, contracted, push together nice and strong like that. So as we do that, we lift arms, head, arms, and head. Keep everything controlled. Nice and strong through the core. Let's do this for 4. Controlling the movement, 3. 2. Last one. Back to the mat and rest. This is kind of the best bit, the rest. Okay. So from here, let's place our hands beside our chest on the floor, and we're going to push back, bending the upper body back as far as we can. Now, this is something that isn't easy to do for people, so if you need to keep the hands bent, that's fine. We're just going to lift a little bit higher, so we're using the arms now to extend the back. Keep those legs activated. Rolling through. All the way through. Now, if your mobility stops you here, that's fine. We'll work through it. We're pushing a little bit with the hands to give a lift, but we're starting the lift with our lower back, adding to it then. Well done. 2 and 1. Control the movement. Use those arms. Okay, nice and relaxed again. Let's reach for those feet. If you're able now, I want you to place your feet into your hands and relax. Now, this isn't easy for everybody, so if you can't do it, just give it a go. Maybe use a towel to reach your feet. And what we need to do now is we're going to extend by pushing our feet into our hands. So let's see how that goes. Push, look to the front, and as you roll down, turn to the other side. Push those feet into the hands. And down. Push with the feet to lift. And lower. Push and lower. Push and lower. Now let's extend those legs all the way out. Bend the feet in to stretch through those toes. They'll be a little bit tight now. Right, hands underneath you. We're going to push back up onto our knees. Knees wide, feet together. Push your hips back over your bum. Your hips back over your feet. And rest on the floor. Your head rests, your arms stretch. This is your child's pose. Nice and easy down on the floor. You can come into this position anytime you need to take a break from the exercises that we're doing. You want to settle down into the floor to stretch the upper back. Okay. Back into your box position. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Let's walk to the front of the mat. Okay. Turn those toes in at the back now and step back with the right foot, back with the left foot. Now we're in a high plank. Keep those hips nice and low. We're going to walk back, pushing our heels into the ground. Push, push, push. Stay as long as you can without bending the knees. As soon as you have to though, bend those knees so you can walk your hands all the way in. Tuck that head down towards the floor and we're going to roll up through the vertebra, one at a time. Shoulders. The last thing that comes up is the head. And we roll back down through the vertebra to reach the floor. Walking out into our box position again. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Let's sit back and relax. So that's workout 2. Another couple of exercises added there, and we'll add some more as we go. Be safe, be happy, be active. You're back nice and tall at the end. 2 more. Let's see if we can do it all the way back. 1, 2, and hold. Again. 1, 2, and hold. Any position can happen from this.